And Stork, just in big trouble. He did save a small number of his goons there, but I just see this game slipping away consistently from Stork. Jaedong, again, you know, in the middle of those battles, there should be drops going off. I haven't seen a single attempt. He hasn't even tried. And again, you know, Protoss players are supposed to be the ones with air superiority, and Ultralisk Cavern going down for Jaedong. Ultralisk Cavern going down, guys. We're going to see Ultralisks here. But boy, am I impressed by Jaedong's play, and it really looks to me like this is some sort of a confidence thing for Stork. His confidence seems to have just been shattered after that game, after game 2, after what Jaedong did there. And Jaedong now again placed on top of that ramp. Stork trying to venture forth. He's now got about 3 observers. And this is the perfect position for Storm. Storm goes off. Great by Stork. Usually Jaedong has been wise in spreading his forces out enough, and Plague now on some of Stork's Dragoons. So Jaedong has been quite wise in spreading his forces out and attacking at flanks on the Protoss base, not fighting in narrow corridors. And you've got to give Jaedong a lot of credit for not fighting Stork in a corner, for forcing Stork to spread out his forces so that the Storms can't take out all of his units at once. And once again, play goes off. Jaedong using every last drop of his units, every last drop of his energy, every last drop of mana in the battles. And clever by Stork, he's put up a photon cannon thing on the side of the base, outside the scouting range of that Overlord, to try and take that base. So he will be able to set up that base at the 12 o'clock position, and he really needs to, because he's going to be running out of minerals in his main soon. But the problem for Stork is that it doesn't matter if he gets an expansion there up, because Jaedong is the one with the map control, and Jaedong is the one with the superior force on the ground. Another Plague goes off. That Plague won't bother the Archons too much, but he's caught a lot of Zealots as well as Dragoons. Protoss are much better equipped, and yet again another observer gets taken out, but he still has a couple of observers surviving. The Plague, of course, reveals those hidden units, and that means that Jaedong doesn't even need to have an Overlord to be able to scout them. So the problem for Stork has been that his units have been consistently killed, and I've got to say, Stork has not even made an attempt to try and take out to try and harass Jaedong's economy, to try and kill off his drones, to try and hurt him where it would really weaken the Zerg player, to try and force him to spend some of his larvae rebuilding drones rather than just being able to constantly, continuously, unrepentantly pump out those stream of units. And Stork really playing an incredibly defensive game, and I don't know whether it's that Jaedong is the one who has dictated the play with his brilliant StarCraft, or whether it's Stork who has just not turned up to the party, who's just not been able to rise to the occasion. And you know, we talk about great players. We talk about players like Savior, like Boxer, Bisu. It's starting to look like Stork is going to be another NC Yellow, guys. I've got to say, and this is something that was remarked to me by Diggity, and I have to agree with him that it looks like Stork is turning out to be a little bit of an NC Yellow. And you know, what makes a champion? Stork has had a great season. He's been playing some great StarCraft, and Jaedong now going for the drop at the 12 o'clock base. And while positioning those cannons to the side was a clever move because it allowed him to get a defense up, it's also bad because it's allowed Jaedong to come in from the side with the Overlords and drop him. And now Jaedong has got a lot of Ultralisks as well in the middle of the map, and Stork just has no answer for this. But I've got to say, you know, a champion's true colors come out when the chips are down, when the going is tough, when the other opponent is wily and clever and has a new strategy that you haven't seen before, and that's a massive force of Ultralisks that Jaedong has, and I don't think Stork is going to be able to cope with this. I think this is going to be the finishing move here from Jaedong. But, you know, I've got to say, I mean, I'm sorry to say this, to me, it just looks like Stork is not championship material, folks. He just doesn't have that last bit of oomph, that little something extra that produces the championship. He's been in finals twice now. He was in the MSL finals before. He's in the OSL finals now. He's come close on a number of occasions, but he just doesn't seem to have what it takes to get over that final hurdle. And really, that's what it takes to make a champion, that intransient, intangible quality. And oh my god, this is the epitome of Zerg. This is the epitome of Zerg being displayed by Jaedong here. Doesn't matter how many Zerglings you kill, there will always be more. There will always be more Zerglings and Ultralisks and Defilers and Swarm all over the map, covering the Zerg, spreading like a plague all over this planet, all over this terrain, and the Protoss fighters fighting valiantly but being pushed back, unable to cope. It doesn't matter how skilled they are, how good they are. This is what being a Zerg is all about. Strength in numbers, and Jaedong has showed that today. He's just overpowering. This is cowboy-style Zerg play that Choja was so famous for, who unfortunately I haven't heard anything of recently. He's just completely fallen off the map, and really most of KTF's great players have. Though there is a match coming up soon, I think, between KTF and another clan. Anyway, so Jaedong, I think, is going to be the new champion. I don't think there's going to be any doubt about that. A very worthy champion, a royal roader. And is this going to be the start of something greater for him? His Zerg versus Terran has reputedly been awesome this season. So has his Zerg versus Zerg. It's been pretty much unstoppable. And Stork GG's, Jaedong is the new champion. Disaster for Stork. But he didn't deserve to win on his performance today. Jaedong, on the other hand, did. And I've got to say, guys, to me, this was Stork's chance to prove that he belongs with the top tier of players. And yet again, you know, whatever excuses you want to make, whatever reasons you want to give it, what it comes down to at the end of the day is that he did not take the chance given to him. His opponent did. You know, Jaedong's Zerg versus Protoss is not legendary. It really isn't. And yet he has produced the goods. I have to ask the question, would this have been a better final if Bisu had been there instead of Stork? Would he have given Jaedong a better fight? I think he probably would have. The real question is whether Jaedong would have been able to beat Bisu at his best in the kind of form that Jaedong has shown today. I don't know, but, you know, I wouldn't count anything now after having seen that performance by Jaedong. I'm really impressed by his performance. Just brilliant play, and it leaves me a little bit speechless, and it leaves me a little bit sad for Stork as well. But really, you know, he didn't produce the goods. And in some ways, guys, I'm sorry to say, this was an anticlimax. Out of the entire 4-set, there hasn't been a single epic match in this OSL final series, and and that's disappointing for me to say that, and it really just doesn't live up to the hype of what an OSL final to me is supposed to be about. We saw the final last season between GG Play and Iris. What a roller coaster of a ride that was. Went right down to the wire, and each and every one of those matches was just an amazing roller coaster of an epic battle between two giants. And it was the same the season before when Xavier won the OSL finals. But unfortunately, this time Stork has just crumbled like so much dust, and I really hope he doesn't end up being blown into the wind of pro gamer history after this. I hope he can recover his confidence, because he is an exciting player to watch, and some of that genius that he showed against Bisu, it just wasn't there today, and I think the credit for that, a lot of the credit for that, has to go to Jaedong, because he has produced something magnificent and magical, and he has come up with a strategy to counter the Bisu build. And well played, Jaedong, OSL champion. Jaedong, your new OSL champion, guys, and look out for him. Look out for him, and that looks like Stork's coach crying, or is that Jaedong's girlfriend? I don't know. She looks a bit old to be his girlfriend. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. This is Klazartsc. I'm really sorry the triple commentary didn't work out. We actually had a really fun post-game analysis as well, and I know I'm just teasing you guys by talking about this, but look out. We will be back. We will be back with a triple commentary sometime in January, and we're not sure what we're going to do, but we'll pick something and we'll do it for you guys, and it will be fantastic. So, also, just a couple of notes. Merry Christmas to all of you folks out there. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you guys have a great time with all your families. This is the time for families, and I hope you guys have a good time. I know I will be with mine. And last but not least, I just wanted to say, I keep meaning to say this actually in every one of my commentaries. If I don't reply to your PMs, it's not because I'm a rude, arrogant prick. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse there. But because I literally, as some of you guys might know, I do have problems with my hands and stuff, and I try to avoid typing whenever I can. So if I don't reply to your PMs, it's not because I'm a rude MFO, whatever. I'm just, you know, I've got my hands tied, literally, so to speak. But I do read all of your PMs, and I do appreciate them very much. Thank you very much, and I appreciate all of your support. So this is Klazartsc signing out from the OSL finals. I hope you guys had fun, even though the matches weren't so epic. I think we've seen the new Starborn, and I'm excited to see what Jaedong is going to produce in the next season. I've got a new Zerg champion to cheer for, but Xavier will always hold a special place in my heart. This is Klazartsc. Thanks for